And snap it. Oh, that was good.
Welcome to the National Adaptation Forum. The National Adaptation Forum stemmed from a desire to have what I refer to as the gathering of the tribes of adaptation, to share more ideas with more people who are thinking about this than anywhere else. The thing about adaptation is generally you're like kind of a loner. You're the person saying, shouldn't we be thinking about climate change? And then you come here and suddenly you've got 5,000 best friends. Well, 825.
When I came to the very first National Adaptation Forum, we were just starting. We had no idea how to do what we wanted to do. And so we came here to learn and to just soak everything up.
If we could have everybody take their seats, we'd like to get going.
And now I'm returning and I'm still here to learn, but now I actually have information to share.
I missed the first National Adaptation Forum a couple of years ago and decided I had to come to this one. I want people to know about us, but I also want to learn from what others are doing. We have a shortage of translation professionals. What we need is a better model that gets people in the same room talking to one another. And a lot of the conversations at this conference are about exactly that kind of dynamic.
This is my first Adaptation Forum. I really enjoyed learning about the different projects. I've liked the array of formats, straight talks to very interactive exercises.
I really want to have fun while I'm here, so everybody's hands if you're not in there.
Historically, everything that we have done has been very prescribed, and I think of that as classical music. Adaptation is like improvisational jazz, and you get both of those things from being at this meeting.
I think this kind of forum is absolutely critical. What is going to make this country successful in preparing for climate-related changes is our ability to quickly learn from each other what's working and what's not.
We're dealing with two different types of people, scientists and managers. And oftentimes it's very difficult for the scientists to make any sort of actionable decision based on very uncertain data.
We know rising temperatures will cause certain things to happen, but you can't say, oh, it's going to happen on such and such a date.
You're not going to get certainty out of the science. That doesn't mean you can't act.
We won't be sorry about a lot of these steps we're taking.
Whereas managers, we kind of get it, you know.
If you're a city manager, you want to pick up the phone and call someone and say, I want you to tell me how to integrate climate change thinking into my understanding of my own systems.
Our target at Kresge is mayors and city councils. They need to not only be understanding the new dangers that climate change will introduce, but they also need to be thinking about how people fit into the mix. As you think about adaptation and preparedness and resilience, you really need to be asking, what are you protecting and for whose benefit?
You know, people want change. It's not just good to sell hope. My orientation to this work is pretty much bringing the people's voices who can't be here in these spaces, bringing that to the community level, because everyone gets it, you know, and so it's a question about how do we collectively see there's an end game here.
I think we're definitely at a watershed moment.
It's a fact that the climate is changing.
This is the rest of this century and into the next century, and probably the rest of humanity.
And we're going to have to adapt to it, and we can adapt to it, but that requires us taking an evolutionary step.
We don't know all the answers. We've got the group of people who've showed up to think about this, and they're doing the best job they can, bringing in the information, the experience, the skills, and the values that they have, and trying to come up what are the scenarios and the solutions that might work.
The ultimate goal is for everyone to be incorporating climate change into the work that they do.
We need to change what it means to be an architect, a civil engineer, a planner.
At some point, climate change is just going to be another filter.
We have great challenges ahead and the stakes could not be higher, but we have so many reasons to find hope just within this room.
As cliche as it is, the future of adaptation does lie with me.
I feel like I can actually bring something to the table now, which is exciting.
I think it's actually one of the most exciting communities right now.
I think it's a movement, and I think we've all been a part of it for a while.
And I think things are beginning to happen.
It's so great to see old friends and new friends. It's kind of like a big family reunion, but I haven't met half my family.
The choir is bigger.
I hope the choir grows.
It's really thrilling to see so many of you here.
Thanks, I look forward to meeting you all.
I'm excited to meet you all.
I'm very interested in talking to anybody about what crazy ideas you have.
Come participate in this effort. Come learn from us.
This is a revolutionary new reality.
This is a revolutionary moment.